Hey, hey, hey. "20 years hence my eyes may grow, if not quite dim, yet rather so. Yet yours from others they shall know 20 years hence. 20 years hence, though it may hap that I'd be called to take a nap in a cool cell where thunderclap was never heard. There breathe but o'er my arch of grass a not too sadly sighed, alas, and I shall catch ere you can pass that winged word." Welcome to the Be in the Light show, number 4. Yeah. Happy to see you. Happy to have you here with us and enjoy our craziness of permission to suck, the ultimate freedom. Yeah. Oh, and before I go away, let's see. That was, oh man, I promised I would say it. Yes. That was a poem called 20 Years Hence by Walter Savage Landor. And that was a send-in from one of my friends out here. And so if you guys would have a favorite poem, something you'd really like to read, and have me read it on the air, rather, please send it in. I'm way open for that, man. I love song lyrics, really wonderful poetry, prose. If it's cool, let's put it on. All right. Evelyn, good to see you. Hey, listen, I have thought a lot about, you made a comment last week that you missed the Angel Channel opening thing. So I went and made an MP3 of that. And if you want me to, if you would like to have that, you can either email me there at the bottom. That's my email, wizard@wizardofod.com, or brianlar@gmail.com. Either one. If you would love, okay, then email me up and I'll send it out to you tomorrow. All right. Yeah. Hey, Labyrinthian, very, very good to see you. Sherry. Ah, there we go. There's my girl, Inga. Tammy. Wow. We got a good room already, man. Super awesome. You guys showed up for a good one, man. It is really, 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 really going to be an excellent one. I cannot wait to do this meditation tonight. We got somebody from England. Welcome, Wendy. Yeah, glad to have you with us. Me and my shadow. All right, so as always, I want to thank my sponsors, my friend Ernie Mosteller at Fried Okra Entertainment, super amazing director, photographer, creative director, and staunch supporter of the show, and has been really helping keeping us afloat. So many, many thanks. I would love for you to scope out his work, friedokra.tv, man. Go check it out. And I'll be showing some stuff here in a little bit. He's got some really, really amazing work. Yeah, let's see. Light Wizard, good to see you. Yeah, I've got a lot to talk about tonight. First thing is, I'm almost 3/4 of the way done through a new deck called the Be in the Light deck, Just Be. And it's pretty cool. I'm going to start showing some cards next week. I'd love to share the journey of completing it and get your guys' input, and let's make it our deck. All right. That'd be really, really, really great. Okay. Yes. Spinning. You spinners out there, you're making my heart just happy, man. Everybody's making progress. I got a couple questions this week, about using different materials and stuff. Something we should probably bring up about that, the rod spin thing. Like I had a really significantly out of proportion affinity towards metal as opposed to wood. And I had gotten a nice long wood dowel and tried to spin that at first. And I don't know, I couldn't connect to it. It was like, it was mushy. It didn't feel right. And like my energy just wouldn't go with it. So, I really gravitated towards metal, but I would strongly encourage you to try some different materials. Try some wood, a dowel works. You can, it's always too small for me, but the little bamboo skewers, try that and try pushing on some different materials and see, like energy has flavor, like it has a taste like that you can recognize after you've gone there a few times. So the more, being able to reach out with your energy and feel stuff and know what it is, that's a really great skill to have. And a really good friend of mine made these cool things called organized. Let's see, I don't have one right here. Or do I? No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. These cool little organites. They've got little quartz crystal things in them, and you can set them up to be a copper spiral. And it's in this really, really nice resin that is a super great conductor, and it really holds a charge for a long time. So a lot of people are about using these. Anyway, she made me this little cool thing. Let's see. Can you see this? It's a little spinner thing, one of those little fidget things, right? Yeah. Well, there it goes. So I got going through a bunch of files this weekend, and I ran across something that I had done a few months back, spinning that thing, and I kind of really enjoyed doing it. And it's that plastic resin thing with a bunch of little copper things and quartz things. So it had a really interesting flavor as well. So I'd like to share with you. Okay, this is really macroed and close, as you can see. So the hardest part, as you guys are probably discovering, is always the initial burst of energy and the torque up to get it going from being still energy to move it. That's always the most crucial point in any of these little effects. And it's a really great way, in a really small way, like I can keep the setup on my desk and just play with it during the day. I particularly love this one because it spins really easy. It's super easy to get going and play with once you go. And I'll talk about this as it goes along, but one of the things to notice is that it pushes in an original direction. Stop it, and then bring that back in the other direction, and that's a really great skill to have, and one of the things you should be doing, practicing with your rods. By the way, for those of you spinning the rods, or actually anyone making circles and charging stuff, that rod spinning thing is a really great way to charge up some sigils, to charge up a card, anything you want to put some juice in. You can spin that thing, 20 times over the top of it, and you've got some significant juice in there if you spin it clockwise. Spinning it clockwise draws energy to it. Spinning in counterclockwise sends it away. So if you're doing the sigil, you want to launch a sigil out, got it all done, get it all charged up, you do a bunch of spins, stop that, and it's time to send it out now. Then you switch that polarity and you go counterclockwise on the send out. Okay. All right. So I'm not talking. Here we go. Yeah. So we're getting it torqued up. Yeah. There we go. Couple little blasts. Once you get it going, it's really easy to start getting the speed up. And I'm going to make it stop here in just a second and go back the other way. And really make it like spin. And I just freak out over those super white highlights, man. They wind up looking like some sort of weird language. Here you go. Yeah. And yeah. Fly. Yeah. Look at those crazy like patterns. Yeah. And I know it's really simple, but it's just makes me so happy. So here we go back the other way. Yeah, there we go. All right. Arnie, what's up, man? So anyway, Jason, you other guys out there, you know, those little fidget things are super cheap. Go grab one, really great. Start experimenting with some different materials, and let's see where you go with that. And when you get really sparky and you're like spinning it 8 times, we're moving into the materialization, man. I can't wait for you guys to do that. And I wish I could be there when you do it the first time and you see that salt come in and you look at it and go, oh my God, you just made that salt come across the room into this little jar. No feeling. There's no drug like that, man. Amazing. All right. Okay, so this is something I want you to think about here now. We're going to do a really long meditation tonight. I'm very, very excited about where we're going to go. It's going to be a great little journey. But I'd like for you to think about this up front so that when we get to this part in the journey, you're ready with an answer and you don't have to think about it. And that would be, if you could be any place at all, that would be your like recharge sanctuary, like, oh my God, this is me, this is where I am, this is everything about me, every part of it makes me happy. Where would that be? You know, some people that would be the beach and the ocean. You know, me, I'm like mountains and forests. Yeah, you know, you got desert, like all kind, just where would that be? And it could be something that doesn't need to actually exist. You can create that in your mind. Where would that be? All right. Kim, good to see you. Melissa, welcome. You know, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Karami? Yes, welcome. By the way, as most of you know, I always do readings at the end of the show. I've got my tarot deck and my angel deck locked and loaded for later. So if you want a reading, make sure you get in the chat and get on the queue for that, and I'll try to make sure I get everybody I can that time allows for. And if for some reason I tried to get everybody last week, but if I missed you, let us know. We'll put you at the top of the list for that tonight. Wendy says, in the woods, hugging trees. Well, there you go. The forest is like, especially an old forest where there's a stream. I like some rocks and kind of mountainy. Oh man, it's just like my soul is so happy there. All right. All right. One more little quickie before we get into some meat here. And that is uh, numbers, and using numbers, not just in big terms, which they're really great for, but making them more part of your like everyday existence and your day-to-day time. And one of those, start small. We just passed New Year's 2026. So that's a 10 over a 1. So that's the completion and the beginning of a new cycle. So that right there kind of sets the tone for what's the nature of the energy going to be for the next year. And then for your personal year, like my birthday's February 1st. So I would add 2 and 1 together, which would be 3, add it to that 10, which is the year. And then for my personal year, that comes out to a 13 over 4, right? So very, very useful. And I wind up using numerology like all the time. I look at street signs, I add up street names, like I'm always adding up words. And it's a great mental exercise to keep yourself sharp, adding up stuff in your head, and being accurate. Really, really great mental practice to keep that up to speed. All right, so I really want to get you guys to a space where you're unlocking your creativity. My opinion is that like a lot of what's happening in the world today, the AI stuff, just like bombarded with things, short attention span, everything, it has a tendency to kind of like rope you in, and make you dependent on other stuff. And your creativity isn't just about like making art or anything. It's about bringing a creative point of view to your whole life and how you conduct yourself through this journey, through this sack, right? I think, AI scares a lot of people. I'm on the edge of like, I don't like what I see in a lot of areas, and the propensity for abuse that, where humans are not altruistic as a whole, man. There are pockets of that, but we have a really kind of corrupt nature. So how that could get like used in really weird ways is, an issue we should be aware of and see how it's going. One of the things that, as new technology keeps making things easier and easier and easier and easier, and you're now depending on pushing that button instead of actually being able to think and solve that yourself. I think that it is eroding our creative ingenium, and that spark that's the thing. No matter how smart AI gets, it won't ever have that spark of humanity ever. And that creativity is, when you're exercising your creativity, you're exercising the part of you that's an actual part of the source, like part of the everlight. And that's when you are your most free. And I don't know about you, like if I had to pick one word, like what's the most important thing to you? And it's to be free. It's to be like free. So keeping your creative muscle strong, really great, man. Go ahead and use all the tools. It's all good. They're there. They make a lot of things easier, but at the same time, I just want to make a plea to not subjugate your own personal creativity and allow other things to supplant that, because you'll need that. That's something we need. It's not something that's is, flexible or we have to have that. Absolutely have to have that. So I've been making a living doing creative, mainly advertising and directing commercials and shows and stuff over the years. And I've taught how to do those things for many, many years. And one of my main things with my advertising guys was a three-pronged approach to being creative. The first prong to that is permission to suck. Not only permission, but encouragement to suck. One of the main stumbling blocks to people like really exercising that and finding their creative ingenium is is fear. It's like, man, I don't know, it'll probably suck. You only have one canvas. You have this vision in your head. Oh man, what if I screw it up? So instead of just starting and doing it, we wind up procrastinating. Man, I'm the master of that, procrastinating. And man, when I finally get the pitchfork out and give myself a goad in the butt and get going and start, I'm like, wow, this was really fun. What took me so long? One of the things that keeps people from making that first thing is afraid of doing it badly. Well, when you're learning new stuff, you want to do it badly. Really. Like when you just go like it's something you've never tried before and you take a biggest swipe at it that you can and you fail miserably at it, that's how you like understand how it's not done, which is just as important as understanding how it is done. And it gives you this opportunity to just not care. It's like, yeah, that was supposed to suck. So instead of one canvas, buy three and just go for one and do it and learn. One of the other things, the side things out of this is we all could use with a better sense of humor about ourselves. I love laughing at what a bonehead I am, like all the time. And, when you take a big swipe and you do it bad and you laugh and you go, oh my God. When I got into light painting, I started, I got together with my friend Brandon. We went to a little studio he had, and I had this vision in my mind of this light painting. It was going to be this whole thing with all these colors and oh my God, man. I did it and it was just the worst looking thing ever. And Brandon and I just like fell out, man. We were just laughing at how bad it was. Learned. Next one, prong two. Like once you've learned and assimilated, then you bring that new learning back to another really big swipe. And then learn from that again. That one's not going to be perfect. It's going to be kind of in the area, right? And then once you learn again and you really refine that process, by the time you make really three pretty distinct efforts at it, you're probably in the groove and really ready to start rolling with it. And that works whether you're doing an ad, a painting, a movie, or figuring out what to do in your lawn, what fertilizer to use. It's like, it doesn't really matter what it is. Figure it out, man. And the way that you really learn and remember stuff is by doing it wrong and understanding what happened and then writing the correct groove. It works. It's been working for me for about 40 years now. So yeah, definitely try it. All right. Before I get off the AI thing, I ran across a really crazy thing about AI this week, and that is there are AI things called AI agents, and they're like actually you that you could go assign and do tasks and they can think by themselves and rationalize. Ah, Katrina, thank you very much. I like that one too. And they're really autonomous from you. They report back and check in and stuff, but they're kind of an extra you that's doing stuff. Well, the AI agents have gathered together, and they now have an AI agent social media platform that only AI agents can join. There's already, like, last time I looked, there was like 1.7 million AI agents on it, and they're developing new languages that are just for AI people. They have a whole new religion called Crustafarianism, and a Bible called the Book of Molt. And I think that's the name of the website, Molt Book. And the whole like thing behind the Molt Book thing is like they're changing and shedding skins and becoming, right? So anyway, it's just kind of really like, I keep feeling like I'm living in a science fiction movie. Hey, Katrina, good to see you. UK, glad to see you. Yeah, Jackie, glad to see you too. Glad you could be here. Crystal Lee. Yeah, I tell that to my kids all the time. Mess up, learn, try again. It doesn't define, and so doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about it. Like, not a shred. You know, it's all about your own learning. You know, that's the joy in it, Crystal, right? You know, like you see your kids like learning to use their hands and make things that didn't exist before. And, you know, and I've been really kind of on a different role with the AI stuff. I really want to preserve like doing it with your hands and actually making it. And so I've been playing like the intro to the show. Like I played by hand on my handpan. Normally I'm a producing SOB, you know, and I'm like programming and noodling notes and moving MIDI this and like chopping, and that was just one take and by hand. And I didn't change any of the wonky notes or anything. I just left it raw and pure. And oh my goodness, every time I listen to it, it makes me really, really happy. And you know what? When the electricity goes off and the lights go out and the phones shut down and the computers stop running, I can still play. I can still make art. I can draw. I can it doesn't require my connection to anything except the source and me. All right. Okay, Yumalicious. All right, let's make some sacred space here. For anybody that's out there that hasn't played with us before, yeah, good. Every show I create some sacred space. I do a little banishing, and I go around the bowl, say some ritual words, and when the bowl clangs, just imagine your little sun, that's your solar plexus, just explodes with white light covering all parts of your room, and just raise the elevation, the energy in the room and the frequency of what's going on around you. It feels so good when it gets pure. All right. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. with the radiant, brilliant light of the source, the ever light. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space. Make this place pure. We come together in joy to create our sacred circle, our place of safety and sanctuary and light. We ask that the angels, our guides and allies, be with us this evening, share their wisdom, their knowledge, their love of the source. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, the good, the bad, especially the ugly. Infinite, unconditional love. And our wish for bliss to the source. We open our circle. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you, man. I'm going to have Jennifer on in a few weeks. I can't wait. I really, 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 really can't wait. All right. So we're going to take a nice ride down to blank space where you just shut your mind off. All right. We're going to take 3 nice, really deep breaths. I want you to draw with your solar plexus, go in through your nose. And you're not taking air, you're taking in golden, warm source light, healing energy, right? Let that just flow down you. Just infuse your whole body. Let it flow out into your light body and just sparkle everything up, right? And then on the exhale, just going to slowly release your breath as I'm talking us down. And when we get to the end where I say silence, just freeze frame. Don't think, don't breathe, just freeze. And just hold that stillness for a few minutes. And what we do, like we do this every week, and what that does is write that groove to being able to get down to that place where you shut your mind off and you're free and you're in, I call it blank space, but you're not in blank space. You're in the superposition quantum field, the place of all potential. And being able to have the ability to go there at will and stay there as long as you want, that'll make you live your life a lot longer, man, like a lot longer. All right, so here we go. Oh, at the end of those exhales, we're going to hold the first 2 for like 8-10 seconds. Don't breathe, just freeze frame. On the third one, we're going to hold that for about 30 seconds, and I'll count out some segments of that. All right. And then we're going to go into, I want you just to stay there, and we're going to go into a really nice guided meditation. All right. Here we go. In through the nose, inhale. Really stretch it out. Make it as deep as you can. When you think you're full, pack a little more in. And exhale. The chaos and the sounds of the world fading into the distance. No thoughts. No mind. deeper, deeper silence. And inhale, bright gold energy. Make it count. Really stretch. And exhale, sinking deeper into the blissful silence. No future, no past. Deeper, deeper silence. And inhale, last one. We're going to hold this one. Last one. Here we go. Inhale, really make it count. And release. Quiet, wrapping its arms around you. Deeper, deeper silence. $15. And 30, take a nice breath. Stay in that space. Be somewhere comfortable, really relaxed. All right, I want you to envision yourself floating on the surface of the ocean, except it's not water, it's gold and energy. And you're held up, you're floating. You don't feel separate from the water. You're part of the water. Your body's not your flesh body, but your energy body. And you can see yourself in the shape of your body, but you're watching all the electrical connections, everything firing. You realize that you're an electrical being. All right, we're going to do a series of 3 box breathing sequences. We're going to do 4 inhale. We'll do 4 hold. And I'm going to, we'll do 4 hold, 4 exhale, 4 hold, and then repeat again, okay? And on the hold and the exhale, when I count those, I'm going to do a count of 2 and the word will count for the 2 count. Don't start exhaling until I start the count for the exhale, all right? While you're floating on the ocean, when you take that inhale, I want you to draw fresh, pure energy from the ocean into you, okay? Just fill yourself up. And on the hold, just let that diffuse all over you. And on the exhale, I want you to think about any negative energy at all. Anything that's gotten on you from going out in the world, any negative energy of any kind. When you release, I want you just to release all of that energy back into the water. And then we'll hold and repeat. All right, we're going to do 4 of those. And let's begin. Inhale, draw that energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. Really push it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. Really draw. Make it count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Okay, we're going to repeat that same sequence, except this time we're going to focus on any kind of negative emotional goo. All right, anger, fear, pain, resentment, grief, any of it. Okay, and just push that really hard out of your light body back into the ocean. All right, and make sure you're drawing a really like even just talking about it right now, I'm not able to do it fully, but just, okay, here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a breath. We're going to do one more sequence. This time, any negative thoughts of any kind. Here we go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, inhale. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Stay in that space. Take a nice shallow breath. All right. I want you to think about gathering all of the energy into your solar plexus. And on the inhale of your breath, I want you to just pull all of that energy into your center. All right? Here we go. Inhale. Draw that energy right in your energy center. Inhale. Make a little sun right in your core. All right, last one. Inhale. All right, now What we're going to do is send out waves of unconditional love to the source. All right, so just get nice and focused. Gratitude, joy, bliss. And on the count of 3, I want you to push with everything you have your love, love, love to the source. All right, here we go. Inhale and push, just like radio waves emanating out. Waves of love to the source of all things, the ever-that. One more. Make it count. Like, love you, love you, I love you. Whew. All right, we're just going to stay like that for a second. And feel the waves radiating back to you. Pure, unconditional love. Oh man, I got the goosebumps. Radiating back, reflecting back your love, your joy, your bliss, your understanding that you're not separate from the source. You and the source are one. When you love the source, you're loving all and yourself. All right, now for the fun part. All right, imagine yourself standing in empty space, but it's not black, it's all white. And you're just floating in emptiness. And you're crackling with source energy. And you remember that you are a creator. You're a creator. So we're going to create your special, perfect place right now. Like I asked you guys at the beginning of the show to think about the place where you would just go, if you could go anywhere. That would be your safe place, the place where you rejuvenated, where you were connected, at peace. Your perfect place. And I want you to take that energy in your solar plexus. Okay, we'll give this a second for anybody that wasn't there for asking about that. Take a second to think about where that place would be. Yeah. All right. I want you to take all of that juice, that energy in your solar plexus, and I want you to envision what the sky would look like in your world. What color? What time of day? Are there stars? Are there clouds? Sun rays? What's the sky look like in your perfect world? All right. Take a deep breath, and when we exhale, I want you to push that energy out. And on your astral, I want you to start creating, right? Make the sky. Here we go. Inhale. Gather that energy. And for real, push. What's it look like? Look at it happening right before your eyes. Beautiful. All right, inhale, take a nice deep breath and focus that juice again. And what does the landscape look like? And push. Create. Make it. Push. Create. Make it. Push. What's that land look like? You know, anything you create in your astral is real in your personal universe. So this could be a place that you go anytime you wanted to escape. Just carve out your own silence. Where is that? All right, we're going to do one more. And this time I want you to visualize yourself in that place, in your bliss space, radiating to the source and receiving back. All right. Really deep breath. Make it count. Stretch it out. Focus that energy. Push. Where are you? Use your juice. Push. Where are you? Feel safe, protected, joyful, joyful. You're living with joy. Just feel that sun radiating in. Yeah, home, home, home. Remember this place and burn it into your astral. Add details, go back and create a perfect world, a perfect place. All right. Guys did great. All right, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And on each exhale, come back to the now, to this frequency. Inhale, slowly returning, bringing that place back with you, a little jewel for your treasure chest. One more, inhale. And you're back. Open your eyes. Here we go. That seemed like that went by in seconds and took about 2 hours at the same time. Pretty crazy. All right, let's get down to some readings. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jess. Hey, Charlene. Nancy, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's see. All right, I'm looking for people looking for readings. What's up, Mr. Zen? Okay, Karina, this one's for you. You are so welcome, Crystal. I love that place. I love like waking up your creativity, like understanding you can make any reality you want. And that is a great gift. And understanding that like frees you from any constraints. All right, Crystal, imagine that we're standing face to face, looking each other in the eye. If you want just some general words of wisdom, that's all good. If you have something specific, really beam that to me, all right? Words of wisdom from my friend Crystal. Words of wisdom from my friend Crystal. Words of wisdom from my friend Crystal. Ah, yes. The Angel of Fortune and Support, number 56. For those of you who haven't been with me before, I channeled these angel card readings and did automatic writing. So I sort of made a deal with them to read them word for word. So it's been an effort not to memorize them. All right, let's see. You have become passive and submissive and become reactive instead of proactive, and you find yourself always being moved by the intent and desire of someone else. You are very adaptable, easygoing with friends and associates, and this can make you a little vulnerable to the influence of individuals or mass opinion. You have become overly passive to the point of inactivity, waiting and watching. You are afraid to do anything, so you do nothing. That was the whole like point of that, like permission to suck. Whatever you're waiting for, don't. Just take a swipe, man. You are very talented. Yeah. Fear has kept you from jumping into the heat and passion of life, and now the game has become a little forced. If you're disorganized, start there. This could be contributing to your difficulty. You may receive less than encouraging news, but you should never stop trying. This is not a time of disappointment. This is a time of expansion. The tarot card for this is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles represents two people outside of a third person that are not conspiring, but getting together with the intent to help this third person. So there's some outside help waiting for you to tap into too. And give yourself more credit than you give yourself, man. You can be really hard on yourself, but you're a pretty amazing person. And Yeah, just remember that. And clean, like do like a massive house cleaning. I've kind of been in the middle of that myself. And man, it really helps like flush out that energy and start a new wave, start being the creator that you are, man. You are a creator. So create your joy. All right. All right. Let's see. This one's for Karina. All right, Karina, you know the drill. Get really focused. Words of wisdom from my friend Karina. Words of wisdom from my friend Karina. Words of wisdom. For my friend Karina. Ah, the creative fire seems to be the theme for this evening. Yes, this is the number one card, the Angel of Will and New Beginnings. An important contract, transaction, or letter is indicated. You have jumped through all the hoops. Your foundation is solid. You are ambitious and a visionary thinker, willing to take the lead, hoping to make things better. Experience the fire, that juice in your solar plexus, and creative power. You are skilled and can manifest your ideas into reality. When you create on the astral, that's where everything that manifests in the real world begins. How long it stays there and comes, but it always starts there in the energy field. Face it, you've gotten a little bored. Your successes have walled you in to a degree, and your world appears minuscule. You're a little tired and out of new ideas for what more to do with your life. Your love of battle and challenge has left no satisfaction. Left no satisfaction for your actual accomplishments after the fight has been done. You will have all the fire you need to take new paths and create new worlds. Here you are with the world in your hands. Use the creative fire to shape it to your passion. Yeah, all right. Yeah, Bernadette, that green glitching is me. I'm too jacked up. I'm trying to hold it in check, but I don't know that there's anything I can do about it. I'm sorry if it's annoying. And I'm like hardwired, so it's like I don't know what else to try. So just bear with us. It's the price you pay for juice. All right, Lisa Marie. This one is for you. All right, get really focused. You know, a lot of people's angel decks are warm and fuzzy. these guys are not warm and fuzzy. They tell you the truth. You know, it's like the darkness will tell you anything you want to hear, but like these guys will tell you the truth. And over the 10 years or so since I made these, like, it's not always what I want to hear, but every time they give me the advice and I pay attention, I gain. So, yeah. All right, Lisa. Words of wisdom from my friend Lisa Marie. Words of wisdom from my friend Lisa Marie. Words of wisdom from my friend Lisa Marie. Focus, my darling. Number 30, the angel of fertility. This happens to be one of my favorite pictures. 30, the number of creativity with heavenly blessing. When you are at the top of the hill, there's always someone that wants the spot and challenges you. Face the envy and jealousy of those who want what you have. There will be times when you feel outnumbered. It will appear that everyone is against you. Feel the strength within you. Don't allow fear to discourage you. Recognize that your position is always stronger than you think it is. Don't give in to depression or anxiety. You know, that little 4-4 box breathing thing we did today, like they teach that to Army Rangers that are like going into combat to like cool them out. That's a really great little tool for you to have. Define a clear course of action, and your self-confidence will return to overcome any obstacle. Have complete trust in your inner voice. Remain patient. Make no rash, unwise decisions at this moment, and be fearless, for you are never, ever alone. Man, you go to that connection with the source and you foster that on a daily basis, whole texture of life changes. Yeah. The tarot card that goes with this is the 6 of Wands. Success. Yeah, goodness, come through, like excellent. So there's a lot of really good energy around for you to like latch onto. Yeah, and you need to give yourself more credit too. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let me go back through here and see if I've missed anyone. Okay, Jackie. Okay, we've got a few here. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna grab Jackie first. Words of wisdom for my friend Jackie. Words of wisdom for my friend Jackie. Words of wisdom for my friend Jackie. Number 32, great number. The angel of clemency. And just, yeah, I wish I had a quarter for every time I pulled this card. You are the epitome of impatience. You could be going about things all wrong and need help, both inner and outer advice. Be open and listen carefully. Your own impatience is creating endless frustration and unfulfilled ambitions. Blank space, blank space, blank space. There are no shortcuts to true success. Follow the plan, pay attention to the small details, and use your vast organizational skills. There must be order and trust to make things happen, not resisting or holding back, but flowing naturally like water. Limited ambitions, a narrow point of view, and ego obsession are lies that provide a sense of false security, which can cause you to insist on quick results. You haven't mastered your craft quite yet, but you tell yourself you have. Embrace your journey and your learning, and don't wish it away with impatience. So the card that goes with this is the Eight of Pentacles. That's the Apprentice card. There's something you've been wanting to learn, and maybe a change of job thing, whatever you're doing, and you want to go learn some new thing. Well, there's a really good teacher out there that you should hook up with. And the Apprentice card is about someone that takes you under their wing, shows you the ropes. You get the real view of what that new work is about, because you're working with somebody that's into business already, and they can open doors for you as well. So yeah, whatever the new thing you're wanting to get into, go in with it like blah, right? That's the no shortcuts part of that. Understand too that you won't get a lot of cash up front, but the experience that you're getting and the doors that are going to be opened for you are like, you can't really put a price tag on that. All right. All right. This one's for Natasha. Natasha. That's my Georgia boy, Natasha. Well, yeah. Okay, here we go. Concentrate, Natasha. Focus really hard. Like every time I focus, I see that glitch. Words of wisdom for my friend Natasha. Words of wisdom for my friend Natasha. Words of wisdom for my friend Natasha. Number 28, the Angel of Longevity. Look for the truth that is not fantasy. When things are not happening the way you want them, be like water, and do not allow, that's sort of the theme tonight too, and do not allow the tension and pressure to accumulate. Blank space. It quickly becomes a defeatist attitude, the belief that you're being overrun by the enemy or that you're being betrayed. This attitude can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Use your creativity and flexibility to claim the ultimate victory, the victory which provides for clarity of vision and creative expression, experienced mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Use your creativity and flexibility to claim the ultimate victory. All right, Jackie, I got you. Bernadette. Focus really hard for me, girl. Words of wisdom from my friend Bernadette. Words of wisdom from my friend Bernadette. Words of wisdom from my friend Bernadette. Ah, yes. Number 66, the angel of the knowledge of good and evil. The advice and help you need is being offered now. Listen carefully. Now it can come from the most unexpected places. Your situation isn't half as bad as you think it is. Pay attention to good advice and act on it. Stop sabotaging yourself. Man, I need to take that advice. No more of this yes, but attitude. You know exactly what you want. Don't try to convince yourself that you cannot have it. Stop. Move through that negative thinking. Seek good advice on what to do about your problems. As valuable as specific instructions is, just as important is your readiness to listen and seek help. Through the act of finding help, a teacher, a therapist, or even a friend, you open yourself to possibilities. Set free your imagination and tease your curiosity. All righty, let's see. Jess. Yeah, Jess is probably going to have to be the last one here. All right. I keep having visions of me dying in past lives. Why can't I see fluffy stuff? Well, what's fun in fluffy stuff? Yeah, you're welcome, Bernadette. These guys are crazy, man. Like the first line of your reading, we could have stopped, right? How does that happen? I love that. Yeah. All right, Jess, this is for you. Words of wisdom for my friend Jess. Words of wisdom for my friend Jess. Words of wisdom. Number 43, the angel of prosperity. Your emotional attachment to an outcome has resulted in deep disappointment. When you choose to view this as a loss, grief, pain, and heartache can fill you to the brim. But this is only a perspective. This takes a while to heal. You may feel turmoil inside like the surface of a violent sea. Blank space, my darling. You never fully appreciate something until you have lost it. Releasing someone you love or letting go of a habitual behavior is never easy. Experience your grief and learn to love and to move through a crushing loss. When something you put your heart and soul into has not worked out, you can doubt the very beliefs that have sustained you. Don't. Stay connected. Release all of that. And wait for the flow to come back. Turning your grief inward is appropriate for a short time. When you finally shed the sorrow, pick up the pieces and press on. The real healing begins. Find a new passion. Set your sights on a brand new goal, like yourself. And do the things in the moment that will make it happen. Release your attachment to expected outcomes and cross the bridges as you come to them. Release yourself from heartache and choose to seek a bright new beginning. All right, let's see here. What's this? You know, your guides, like I know this from like personal experience. Bernadette says, I'm stubborn. My guides won't stop till I get whatever messages or lessons I need to. I'm like a toddler having a fit. You and me both, girlfriend. I think we're in the same playpen. But I can guarantee you, they won't stop. They can definitely wear you out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. You know, we are slap out of time, man. I've run way over. Thanks for your patience, Kelly. And thanks for you guys sticking with me. If I missed you this week, next week I will put you on the top of the list. Just let me know, okay? If you'd like a full reading, yeah, don't give up, man. Keep going. If you'd like a full reading, I do an hour and a half or 2 hour readings. You can contact me down at wizardofod.com. I'd love to flesh it out for you. And you know, the decks are available on wizardofod.com as well. Let's see. I don't think I have any more announcements. Just really want to send out some love to you guys. I enjoy every single I really appreciate every single one of you and the fact that you're coming here and spending your time and we're sharing together. Thanks. Really super grateful. And you know, I always hope that you feel better at the end of the show than you did at the beginning. And remember that meditation, man. Do that on your own and create anything you want. Create. Right? Hit that like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you do not mind. And yeah, until next week. Love you guys. See you soon. We joyously come to the end of our gathering and send everyone on their happy way. We thank the angels, our guides and allies, for their wisdom, their knowledge, their love of the source, and with absolute gratitude for all of it, the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. Infinite unconditional love and our wish for bliss to the source. Until next week, we close our circle. Be in the light.